school. Although, before we begin, there are a few pieces of business I need to address. At this time, please silence your cell phones. We all know that you are important, but we want to focus all of the attention onto me. I mean, us. It is important to everyone that each name is heard, and we want everyone to have his or her moment. Your children know that you love them and that you're proud of their achievements. Please be respectful when your son or daughter's name is read. Your overenthusiasm takes away from the next graduate's moment. We also ask that you do not use noisemakers and air horns. Dad, are you listening? After all names are read, you are welcome to cheer as loudly as you would like. Your thoughtfulness will ensure a special night for everyone. We appreciate your help with showing respect to all. Again, thank you for coming. And to my peers, congratulations.
Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
open-mindedness has inspired me, so a special thank you to my parents and family. This past year, I learned a crucial lesson. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This is Isaac Newton's third law of motion, which we studied in Mr. Liu's science class this year. While I may have only learned this concept this year, my experiences in middle school have been teaching me this lesson all along. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The last few years of Highland have been a fantastic experience. But at first, going to middle school unquestionably intimidated us. Remembering locker combos, being late to classes, studying and doing homework, oh my. Soon, we were able to look back and laugh at these worries. The biggest highlight of our 6th grade year was definitely outdoor ed. All of us were excited for the games and food, but all the same nervous about leaving our parents for 3 whole days. I remember walking into LA Lit, being greeted by Mrs. Varghese, and seeing many unfamiliar faces. Students immediately grouped with kids from their elementary schools. I followed suit and sat with my friends from Butterfield. The bell rang, and there was pin drop silence. Within months, our class gelled to create an unbreakable bond, even creating the nickname of the literary dorkballs. Personalities, interests, and opinions appeared miles apart, but that shared experience established my closest friendships. The action of accepting each other led directly to the reaction of being accepted. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. 7th grade was not the walk in the park anyone expected it to be. The workload increased, and it was definitely the hardest year in middle school. But there were also many enjoyable moments as well. The best field trip in 7th grade was going to the Brookfield Zoo. In the forensics units in science, we felt like actual detectives while we solved cases in class. One of the skills I acquired was effective preparation and studying. While studying may sound easy, distractions pull at the mind of the 7th grader. The immediate reward of hanging out with their friends appeals to them more than the long-term benefit of studying or doing homework. Even though it was challenging, we had to be willing to try new study techniques in order to succeed. The action of preparation led directly to the reaction of success in school. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Out of all my 3 years at Highland, 8th grade was unparalleled. The serious and mature topics were balanced with fun activities. In social studies and language arts this year, we learned about the Holocaust and visited the Holocaust Museum in Skokie. In literature, we read To Kill a Mockingbird and were educated on the injustices that existed toward people of different social classes and ethnicities in the 1930s. While discussing these in class, it was important to try and understand all perspectives and sides. The action of speaking up for justice can lead to the reaction of a more just society. 8th graders, I want to give you some advice before I'm done. In the future, whenever trying something new, entering a new school, or experiencing anything new in general, go in with an open mind. Newton's third law of motion doesn't just apply to force. It applies to all aspects of life. If our actions go forward with an open mind, the reactions can open many doors for us. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I am Paige Bleck, and I would like to thank Dr. Schumacher, the board, Highland administration, and my fellow graduates. I am extremely grateful to be speaking to all of you tonight. Let me start off by saying how blessed I feel to be a part of this community with all of you. I wouldn't have wanted to grow up with any other group than the one that is sitting before me tonight. All of you have inspired me in so many different ways, from seeing you all succeed in sports, perform your hearts out in musical ensembles, and connect with each other in clubs. I've been able to see every type of passion within all of you. This passion is something that will guide us all for the rest of our lives. I know that I can speak for all of you when I say how proud I am to have finished middle school, but also how scared I am about what has yet to come. Try to think back to our first day of middle school. I know it's hard to do, not because of how long ago it was, but because it's hard to recall how awkward we all were. But thinking back, we were all pretty scared when we stepped through Highland's doors for the first time, and we're scared now as we take what might be our last steps out of Highland tonight. As we celebrate this great milestone, it is only natural to feel apprehensive about the things that lie ahead. I'm afraid, but above that, I'm curious. Though we have no clue what the future may hold, I have the highest hopes for all of us. And I know that we will make it with the support for each other that we've been lucky enough to experience already. Let's not waste any more of our time on fear. Instead, let us wonder, work, and always be willing to jump. We've accomplished so much together already, but still, there's so much more to be done. We live in a world where constant change is considered normal. As we move forward, we must remember that we are never too young to create change, nor too old to change our point of view. We must continue to roll with the punches and work towards greatness. Our passion and wonder will be the things that get us there. Those of you who are on the volleyball team with me these past 2 years at Highland, and those of you who rode on bus number 82, know how important 80s pop music is to me. I'd like to quote the renowned rock band Van Halen. In one of their most popular songs, and in my opinion, their greatest hit, they sing, "Go ahead and jump." So take their and my advice. Go ahead and jump. Rejoice in this moment. Take the time to appreciate how far we have come and how much we have grown together. Take advantage of everything that is thrown at you within these upcoming years, because whether we like it or not, the future is coming. Don't just jump for joy now, but jump into what is yet to come. I know that Highland has not only prepared us for what is ahead, but it has set us ahead of the curves that we are going to face. I know that if we continue to support and respect one another, these next few years are going to be the best of our lives. I'm so proud of us all for the jumps that we've already taken, and I'm so excited to see what we all jump into within the next 4 years. The risks that we are going to take will allow us to find passions that lie beyond the ones we already know. But it all starts with a jump. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Try out for that team, join that club, ask that person to the dance, even if you fear the possibility of failure. The only thing worse than something you fear is something you regret. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Tavish and Paige. I lost you out there. Thank you for that glimpse, little look back into our past as well as our future. Once again, you are impressive speakers and truly make the following of you very difficult tonight. So, District 70 and Highland Middle School are very lucky to have you as part of our system, so thank you for that. And with that, good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to stand here before our graduates to welcome you. I extend personal recognition to the students of this graduating class, their families and guests, as well as the staff who guided them toward this crossroad. I must share with you all that since you started at Highland, I have continued to hear about what an exceptional class you are. And you have most sincerely proven your Highland Middle School administration and staff correct. I've watched you and could not be more proud. It is therefore my privilege to formally present you as young men and women who have satisfied all necessary requirements and exceeded expectations during your length of stay at Highland Middle School. I also know that for some of our families here this evening, this is your last child in District 70, and you too will be leaving us. As such, I want to express a very special thank you for being a part of our community and bringing to us your talented children and allowing us to be a part of their lives. Each year, for the past 9 years, I've thought deeply regarding my input toward the 8th grade commencement address. That means when you were in kindergarten and I started this journey as your superintendent, I have worked to support our learners and guests with something meaningful to take away as I speak. Sometimes inspiration came from classic novels, movies, or prominent social themes, but this year I read a great little book, a newest favorite of mine, and a perfect for any graduate. Make Your Bed, Little Things That Can Change Your Life and Maybe the World, written by Admiral William McRaven, retired U.S. Navy. This book, filled with wonderful messages of insight, is highly recommended, and I'll be giving my personal copy to our friend and fellow 8th grade graduate, Luke Anderson. If you haven't seen it, it stems from a graduation address that Admiral McRaven offered to the graduates of the University of Texas in Austin, and I find it equally fitting to personalize for you as graduates this evening. Now, I have to tell you, Admiral McRaven is an impressive author and human being. He served with great distinction in the Navy, and in his 37 years as a Navy SEAL, he commanded at every level. As a 4-star admiral, his final assignment was as commander of all U.S. Special Forces. And this is what else I learned. For someone of this intelligence, this athleticism, this dedication, and this ambition, not everything came easy for the admiral. Like many adults who learned to earn their own personal stripes, it came with hard work, sincere determination, and lessons learned. In the book, there are 10 powerfully thoughtful insights. This evening, I'll share my top 5 with you. The first, start your day with a task completed. The notion of making your bed every day, as the title of the book suggests, isn't just about making your mom or your dad happy. It's about having accomplished something, no matter how small or how trivial, as a first act of the day. Making a bed does just that. It provides a sense of completion and accomplishment that leads to other successes throughout the day. Now, graduates, I know for a fact that you will have time to make your bed, because apparently it is now very public that you will be the first freshman class to have a morning start time of 8:45 rather than 7:30. And the routine of making your bed reinforces the fact that little things can actually matter. If you can do little things right, you can work toward bigger things. Think about it. A small act daily can lead to bigger acts throughout your lifetime. A second message is linked to the Admiral's personal story of a synchronized boat crew paddling their way through the choppy San Diego surf. Basically, there's a profound lesson that reminds us you can't always go it alone. It's best to find someone or others to help you paddle. I've noticed this a lot in life and encourage as you paddle your way into high school to find those friends, those teachers and staff, those family members that serve as an ongoing support system. I've seen it with athletic teams, in theater performances, musical ensembles, corporate project associates, and even medical teams. Sometimes it's a worthy team that gets us through the best of and the worst of times. The third message comes directly from the Admiral's own challenges and takes to heart a time when, as he writes, somewhere during a morning physical training, he had committed a violation of the Navy SEAL training rules. And the punishment was to, in full gear, jump into the ocean's surf zone, return to shore, and roll until completely covered in sand, lingering in this situation for the remainder of the session. Now, do you know what one is called that does that? A sugar cookie. Apparently, no matter how good you were, no matter how hard you tried, no matter the commitment, sometimes the only thing one got for all of their effort was to become ocean-soaked and full of sand. And here was the Admiral's message. Get over being a sugar cookie and move forward. No matter the challenge, no matter the reason, no matter the embarrassment, no matter the misfortune, he suggests, don't complain and don't blame. Stand tall, look to the future, and drive on. No matter the range of disappointment, it is these sugar cookie experiences that can make you stronger. The fourth message should come very easy to all of you. It's the message of offering a sense of hope. In the midst of some of the Admiral's trials and tribulations, he learned that when his team banded together, it gave others a committed sense of hope and a feeling that everything will work itself out just fine. Well, I recently saw Helen Bond. Helen, who joined in bringing African drumming to Highland Middle School and teaching with her friend Fade about water purification needs in Guinea, she was overwhelmed with tears in her eyes by the $10,000 contribution made to the Benkadi project this school year. In banding together, your commitment to those in need, to those less fortunate, and to those with whom you provide hope is tremendously inspiring, and I thank you for that. I hope you maintain that spirit of student leadership, caring, and service learning. It is incredibly moving and provides me a sense of hope, knowing you are our future. And last, my fifth message to share with you is quite simple, and it comes directly from Admiral McCraven when he writes about the notion of giving up. You see, in Navy SEAL training, there's a brass bell that hangs in the center of the compound, and all trainees see it. He states, all you have to do to quit is simply ring the bell. Ring the bell, and you no longer have to do the freezing cold swims, he'll tell you. Ring the bell, and the long runs, the obstacle courses, even the sugar cookies are over. Once you ring that bell, you no longer have to bear or undergo the adversity or challenges endured. What I share with you today is a message that we would all want for you. Don't ever, ever feel the need to ring the bell. Enjoy your time ahead. I encourage you to take on all that high school has to offer. Make a commitment to participating in at least 3 school-related activities. Build new friendships and cherish the old. Challenge yourself, and no matter how difficult it may get, never give up. So there you have it. Start your day with a task completed. Make your bed. Don't feel you need to go it alone. Let go of having been the sugar cookie and move forward. Give others hope and never, ever give up. And with these messages, these gifts that you embody, you can make a difference in yourself and the world. Thank you, graduates, your families, friends, and staff. My very best wishes to you all.
Good evening. Welcome, family and friends. Thank you for joining us. My name is John Hallmark. I'm the principal here at Highland Middle School. I'd like to take a moment and thank our chorus and Mr. Spakowski for their performance this evening. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. I also want to thank the parents this evening. You do so much for your children, from dropping off your child at school early to get extra help from a teacher, to driving back to school later that night to pick up a forgotten textbook. Your commitment to your child's education has not gone unnoticed. Tonight is a moment for you to enjoy and savor the sense of pride that each of you must be feeling. If you are a parent of a graduate this evening, because we have bleachers, can you raise your hand so we can recognize you and give you a round of applause, please? Thank you. I would also like to thank the teaching staff of Highland Middle School and of Libertyville District 70. Students, the teachers that you have worked with will leave a bigger impact on you than you may realize. The content they have given you will always be there, but I've always found that it was a few simple words or a message that my teacher shared with me that I remembered most. The teaching staff at Highland Middle School never ceases to amaze me. Their commitment to educating children and creating lifelong learners is evident here tonight. Teachers, I thank you for all that you do each and every day when working with the children of our school. If you're a teacher or a staff member in District 70, can you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Finally, I want to recognize some important members of our community. If you are or were a military member, a police officer, a firefighter, or a first responder, can you please raise your hand so that we can recognize you and thank you for taking care of our community? At this time, I'd like to take one last moment to address these students at Highland Middle School. Students, you can see from all of the individuals that raised their hand today is about more than just an 8th grade graduation. Your teachers, parents, and community members support you. You are members of our community. You have a responsibility to take full advantage of your education as you move forward so that you can give back to our community and future communities that you will be a part of. Your parents, community members, and the staff of District 70 have provided you with a solid foundation already. From challenging you academically, to organizing opportunities for philanthropy, to teaching you what good character and being a class act means. You have all the necessary tools available to you. Students, remember this day in your life as a celebration, but also remember it as the start of a challenge that your parents, teachers, community, and I know you are all ready for. I challenge each of you to use the tools that have been provided to you to contribute positively to your community. Remember its importance, whether it be from your teachers who taught you, your parents who guided you, or the service members who modeled what needs to be done. Repeat the habits you have learned at Highland Middle School every day in high school. Use those habits to excel in the classroom and in life. You are the future of our community, and on this day, your entire community is proud of you. Assistant Principal Megan Russell and I take great pride in presenting our Board of Education and to the Libertyville community, the Highland Middle School class of 2018. They have met the requirements set forth for advancement to high school, and we will now ask that they come forward to receive their diplomas. Assisting in the presentation of diplomas this evening are school board members Mr. Thomas Vickers, Mrs. Greta Hoff, Dean of Students Mr. Mike Chalipsky, and Superintendent of Schools Dr. Guy Schumacher. Maggie Abderholden.
Tala Abdo.
Arturo Abrego.
Michael Adari.
Maka Alapai.
Alejandro Alvarez.
Zeltsin Alvarez.
Nikki Aliari.
Emily Anderson.
Jeffrey Anderson.
Caitlin Anderson.
Ethan Arft.
Nicholas Anderson.
Kate Axelson.
Linnea Basilic.
Matus Baldowski.
Gabriel Bannock.
Christian Bakarian.
Maxwell Bassich.
Audrey Bateski.
Colin Bath.
Sydney Baumstark.
Danny Birmingham.
Alexandra Burns.
Rachel Birch.
Paige Black.
Allison Bolus.
Jack Bonamart.
Valerie Bond.
Veronica Bond.
Chase Bonder.
Grace Bonjour.
Matthew Boyle.
Rachel Brown.
Audrey Brewer.
Abigail Burns.
Alexander Campos.
Bryce Carl.
Caitlin Carlson.
Megan Carroll.
Chloe Chan.
Ethan Chandler.
Tom Chatamra.
Joseph Cho.
Emily Cizadlo.
Jonathan Chulo.
Addison Clark.
Campbell Clarkson.
Grace Clausen.
Grace Cole.
Cole Collins.
Keegan Collins.
Nathan Kalunga.
Grace Comilla.
Austin Conrad.
Everett Cortese.
Sarah Kowski.
Ava Cox.
John Dagginson.
Sophia Dementi.
David Daniels.
Faith Davidson.
Quincy Delude.
Thomas Delorier.
Connor Dixon.
Christina Ding.
Ryan Doherty.
Kelsey Donovan.
Neil D'Souza.
Nora Dudley.
Laptop.
Olivia Duffy.
Avery Dulac.
Haley Dunbar.
Callista Dunworth.
Damaris Duran.
Emma Iserman.
Peyton Erdahl.
Laura Erdman.
Alyssa Escamilla.
Jordan Philissette.
Andrew Finch.
Matthew Fisher.
Richard Fleming.
Tabitha Flynn.
Jade Fu.
Catherine Fosman.
George Foster.
David Friedman.
Joseph Friedman.
Joseph Frega.
Emmeline Fry.
Liam Gaydon.
Caitlin Gallo.
Jasmine Gamino.
Sebastian Garcia Stam.
Brandon Gouch.
Patrick Giebert.
Ellie George.
Grady Georgia.
Kate Gerber.
Grant Giardina.
David Gilson.
Sam Gilson.
Albina Giza.
Jack Glasgow.
Avery Gleason.
Paige Gleason.
Natalie Galwas.
Abigail Gordon.
Liam Greenberg.
Samantha Greenberg.
Gavin Hallahan.
Jack Hamilton.
Christopher Hannigan.
Miles Hanbury.
Charles Hanson.
Alexandra Harris.
Abby Harrison.
Andrew Harvey.
Zara Hassan.
Jonathan Haug.
Owen Haywood.
Thomas Harity.
Nathaniel Herman.
Lauren Hettinger.
Casey Heyer.
William Hilliard.
Jack Holland.
Dylan Holmes.
Sophia Holmes.
Kate Hopkins.
Raymond Hooley.
Ella Howell.
George Huber.
Nash Husko.
Logan Hyatt.
Andrew Ilian.
Mac M.
Natalie Isberg.
Parker Thomas Ishigami.
Caitlin Jacobs.
Keegan Jasser.
Trevor Jean.
Jessica Jen.
Arlie Johnson.
Dallin Johnson.
Gavin Johnson.
Harry Johnson.
Robert Calieris.
Alec Kearns.
Jack Keating.
Michael Kelly.
Tyler Kelly.
Abigail Kenzer.
Grant Kyriazakos.
Charlie Kistler.
Riley Klebe.
Joshua Knutson.
Isabel Knutson.
Matthew Kopania.
Ella Kozlowski.
Keegan Kraus.
Michael Krakonis.
Elizabeth Kuntz.
Sarah Larson.
Thomas Latka.
Nadia Lausch.
Callie Layton.
Ethan Lindberg.
Josie Lou.
Joshua Loomstein.
Ryan Lash.
Michael Ledspike.
Reeve Lounsbury.
Cecilia Lucarelli.
Matthew Lundy.
Shirley Ma.
Matthew Matterer.
Lucy McGill.
Hunter Mayhew.
Zachary Main.
Debjani Mitra.
Caleb Malloy.
Pearlie Mandarino Temesi.
Leah Margaritas.
Stephanie Martinez.
Dragon Martinoff.
Emily Maisie.
Lily McAuliffe.
Anthony McClendon.
Anthony McCormally.
Ryan McGrory.
Emily McLean.
Madison McLean.
Anna McNett.
Sarah McNett.
Michaela Mearshart.
Jonathan Melcher.
Ariel Mendoza.
Rito Mendoza Silveira.
Catherine Meyer.
Genevieve Michelati.
Connor Machuda.
Kate Machuda.
Addison Miller.
Carly Miller.
Hudson Mitchell.
Grace Moore.
Abigail Morovic.
Camden Morrison.
Addison Moss.
Abby Mueller.
Kaisa Murphy.
Maria Mudis.
Yelim Na.
Haley Navarro.
Jackson Nabi.
Jack Norris.
Sean Payton.
Savannah Paterno.
Trace Patterson.
Amy Paulson.
Ashley Paulson.
Jake Pavlik.
Danilo Pedroza Message.
Isabella Perkins.
Chloe Petrie.
Lily Petrie.
Haley Petz.
Jacob Phillips.
Alexander Podlagar.
Bree Ponchak.
Olivia Powell.
John Pulte.
Hazel Purvis.
Annika Reina.
Nathan Ramirez.
Roland Ramirez.
Kevin Ratton.
Milo Restrepo.
Noah Rice.
Alexander Rittner.
Lauren Rocco.
Michael Rocco.
Brielle Rochester.
Alyssa Rodriguez.
Sally Rogers.
Sophia Romeo.
Salvatore Rodi.
Sarah Rubenstein.
Madeline Rupert.
Jonathan Ryan.
Jack Sahagian.
Gavin Salisbury.
Kaloyan Savchev.
Ivy Schaefer.
Brett Schuneman.
Kendra Slasher.
Isabella Schultz.
Andrew Scott.
Paul Sebi.
Andrew Sellers.
Amber Semler.
Catherine Shanahan.
Tavish Sharma.
Nadia Simpson.
Sophia Simpson.
Kylie Skibitsky.
Anna Slight.
Noah Smith.
Megan Snow.
Priyanka Somani.
Michael Saburo.
Reagan Sudan.
Nicole Stefanyuk.
Jackson Strouts.
Jordan Swanson.
Azim Syed.
Kareem Syed.
Kayla Tellerico.
Benjamin Tanko.
Evelyn Tarman.
Grace Templeton.
Madeline Tepper.
Caden Theobald.
Harper Thompson.
Elizabeth Thompson.
Ryan Thrall.
Cooper Tobayaski.
Maylee Thompson.
Ambika Trevetti.
Mark 2.
Alexa Valdez Panyagua.
Noah Valencia.
Molly Wallace.
Connor Walters.
Marwa Wardak.
Molly Wernz.
Scott Wiegold.
Kurt Wilcox.
Nolan Wiley.
Owen Wilfong.
Madison Wilson.
Connor Wolf.
Sarah Walter.
Joseph Urich.
Connor Zaleski.
Cassidy Saslavsky.
Jenna Zimniski.
Anna Zivkoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Highland Middle School class of 2018.